Okay, welcome to an extremely important video. This is one of my favorites. I mean, they're all my favorites because this stuff works, but we have to put them in an order that makes sense. And before you got into this, you understood that there's a 5-step process. And the second step in that is the mindset. That's what we're going to cover right now. So without this, the nutrition, the supplements, the training, whatever you have to do is going to become more complicated because your brain is thinking one way, and because of what you're thinking and what you're saying, it's taking you the way or the direction that you don't want to go. So it's a reprogramming. It's what I call mental weight training. This is an exercise that you'll do for the rest of your life, not just for getting healthy and staying in shape, but improving relationships, your wealth, your health, whatever. Okay, so a few different areas that we're going to elaborate on are affirmations, meditation, visualization, and journaling. So in the document here, I'm going to have a ton of examples of affirmations, or about visualization, about meditation. There's different ways they'll go about doing this, but I'm going to give you examples so you have exactly a roadmap or some kind of a blueprint to follow, so you're not trying to figure this out completely on your own. So let me just start off by, I'm just going to read what affirmation, a couple of different definitions of this. And again, this may be new to you, it may not. Even if it's not, you're like me. I'm aware of this, I know this, but am I implementing it on a consistent basis? Meaning it has to be just like eating to maintain life, working to pay the bills and whatever, everything that we have to do consistently to get an outcome. So when I was inconsistent with doing this, it's just any little thing would just blow me off course, and then boom, next thing you know, I'm way over here when I mean to be over here. But you got to refocus the brain, use the power that's here, is what I'm saying. So affirmations are positive statements that describe a desired situation, habit, or goal. They're usually short sentences and are repeated often for the purpose of impressing them on the unconscious mind and trigger it into action to bring desired situation, habit, or goal, or action, or bring it into fruition. Another definition, and move on. Generally speaking, affirmations are used to reprogram the subconscious mind to encourage us to believe certain things about ourselves or about the world and our place within it. They're also used to help us create the reality we want. That we want, often in terms of making or attracting wealth, love, beauty, and happiness. All right? So that's a mental exercise. It doesn't mean you have to do all these exercises each day. You might have it planned out with a weekly planner and journal that I'm going to give to you. You're going to mark things out. We're going to call this our creating space. This is the time that's going to be marked off on your Google Calendar in a certain color code that you spend time on, whether it's meditation or affirmations or journaling or both, or maybe you do meditation in the morning and you set aside quiet time to do that, and then you do journaling at night. Whatever works for you, it's your schedule, but it's got to be planned activities is what keeps us accountable on track to get what we want. Remember, going from that point A to the point B, we have the plan. There's no thinking this out. So let's go into meditation a little bit. I gave you some links to describe how people meditate. Everybody's different, like I said, and people interpret it as different things. But here's my basic understanding of meditation and visualization or affirmation. Meditation is quieting the mind, trying to focus on pretty much nothing, just still. And it's very hard to do. It takes practice. So you have to practice this. Or focusing on a certain sound or hum or the air conditioner or a fan or whatever. You focus into that sound to try not to think about all the things that are dancing around our head, the clutter, the confusion, the noise. Because when you're still and you're quiet is when answers to life and situations and things you want come to you. You have to quiet the mind in order to hear it. But we're so busy up here, the answers are there and they're being given to us, but we're not listening because there's too much junk, garbage, noise, and confusion. So visualization is different in the fact that we're focusing and creating and seeing and visualizing in our mind's eye the person that we want to become, acting it out, feeling out, smelling it, touching it, as if you were there. And you're letting that program, that unconscious mind to pick it up so it begins to create that. So they're kind of different, if that makes sense. And then, of course, the whole power of the journaling. Let me see what I have here for you on this, because this is it's such great stuff. I have to write it down myself and do it too. Anyways, journaling, it stretches your IQ, evokes mindfulness, being aware, achieving goals, emotional intelligence, boosting memory and comprehension, strengthens your self-discipline, improves communication skills, healing. There's just so much to journaling, and you journal out specifically, but it helps to organize things and it reminds you of what you want to become. So this sounds so simple. It is, but it takes practice and it takes work. But the concept and the way we're going to direct the mind works. If we think of it in terms of this, also I'm going to give you links to one of the mentors that has helped me so much when I listen to the videos or the stuff that I've even purchased, but there's a lot of free stuff out there on YouTube, is it has been life-altering, life-changing how I view things and see the world and react to the world, and how I have complete control of everything in my life, which we tend to think circumstances and physical things that we see as our true reality when it's really not. And I don't mean to get confusing here. Go through some of these exercises, be on a journey to better yourself and use the brain. So the thing that you ultimately wanted was your health, your happiness, or whatever you're here for, lose weight, is achieved that much easier. I had a client here earlier today that they basically said, without this, and this is them before me even teaching or talking to them about my 5-step processes, all the other stuff doesn't really matter because it becomes more complicated. And they're absolutely right. So you got some resources here to help you with those, but we're also going to keep a way of keeping yourself on track and accountability, because we're going to program these in to our weekly schedule. Okay, so let me go one more thing I'm going to elaborate on. If you can think in terms of like the phone waves, the TV waves, energy, that everything is energy, and thoughts are one of the highest forms of energy. It's powerful, and so are words. So we have to be very mindful of what we think and what we say. We have to stop and realize that we're doing this self-defeating stuff that we're putting out there that is energy, or a law of attraction. Let's put it even simpler. You attract what you put out. If you're speaking negative, you attract negative. If you're speaking positive, you attract positive. If you're thinking, okay, the same thing, thoughts. Just be mindful of everything you do, because you're attracting things. If you're unconsciously aware of it, you're attracting things you don't even know it. But when you become consciously aware of your actions, your thoughts, your words, and you have to spin it, meaning you're going 200 miles an hour that way. I'm not saying you, all of us. And to stop on a dime and reverse it and go back that way, it's a process of slowing it down, the momentum, turning it, and now increasing the momentum the other way. But it's like training with nutritionists, training with the exercise. It's consistent. So I hope you're getting this, the mental exercise or the mental weight training. It starts there. Okay, so, anyways, as we move through the process and we're all in the community and we're sharing these things, everybody's going to come up with their own stuff and their positive experiences. This is working, that's working, and what they're doing. And then everybody sees everybody else doing it, especially the newer people coming in, listening to the people who've been here and started at the bottom and now achieved everything they want. It's encouraging them, because if it works for them, it's going to work for me, and it's not somebody trying to sell me something. So mindset, tackle it, get it done, get it play. I'll see you in the next video, next lesson.